The rain pounded against the tent like angry fists, and I bolted upright, heart racing as lightning cracked the sky. "Arabella, wake up, something's wrong." I whispered urgently, but it was her sister, Jordan, who stirred beside me, her hand brushing mine in the dark. In that electric moment, I realized the storm outside was nothing compared to the one brewing in my chest. I never thought a simple camping trip could unravel my entire life. It started innocently enough. My best friend Arabella invited me to join her family's annual getaway to the Adirondacks in upstate New York. We were both juniors at NYU, buried in exams and city chaos, and the promise of fresh air, esmeraldas, and no Wi-Fi sounded like heaven. "Come on, Riley," Arabella had begged over coffee in our cramped dorm. "My parents are cool, and Jordan's flying in from LA. It'll be epic." Jordan, Arabella's older sister, the one I'd heard stories about but never met. The successful screenwriter with the effortless cool vibe. The one who ditched small-town life for Hollywood dreams. I pictured her as some distant, glamorous figure, not someone who'd turn my world upside down. We piled into the family's beat-up Subaru on a crisp Friday morning in June, leaving Manhattan's skyscrapers behind for the winding roads north. Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, call me Dave and Lisa, they insisted, were the epitome of suburban Americana. He with his flannel shirts and dad jokes, she with her endless supply of trail mix and enthusiasm for birdwatching. Arabella blasted indie rock from her phone, singing off-key to Phoebe Bridgers, while I stared out the window, watching the urban sprawl give way to lush forests. "You're gonna love Jordan," Arabella said, nudging me. "She's like the big sister I never had. Wait, she is my big sister." We laughed, but a flicker of nerves hit me. What if I didn't fit in? I was the outsider, the girl from a broken home in Chicago, piecing together scholarships to chase my journalism degree. By late afternoon we arrived at the campsite in Lake Placid, a secluded spot by a shimmering lake ringed by pine trees. The air smelled of earth and freedom. We set up tents, 2 for the parents and Arabella, and 1 for me and Jordan since she was arriving later. "Hope you don't mind sharing," Lisa said with a wink. "Jordan's low maintenance." I shrugged it off, focusing on hammering stakes into the ground. As the sun dipped low, casting golden hues over the water, a sleek rental car pulled up and out stepped Jordan. She was taller than I imagined, with sun-kissed skin, messy auburn waves tied back, and eyes like storm clouds, piercing gray, full of stories. "Hey fam," she called, hugging Arabella tightly. When she turned to me, her smile was warm but guarded. "You must be Riley. Arabella talks about you non-stop." Her handshake lingered a second too long, sending an inexplicable shiver down my spine. That first night around the campfire we roasted marshmallows and shared stories. Dave recounted his glory days playing college football, Lisa talked about her garden back in Jersey, and Arabella teased me about my disastrous attempt at rock climbing last semester. Jordan was quiet at first, nursing a beer, but when she spoke, her voice was velvet, deep and confident. "So Riley, what's your story? Arabella says you're the next Woodward and Bernstein." I blushed, fumbling my words. "Just trying to expose the truth, you know? Fake news and all that." She leaned forward, flames dancing in her eyes. "Truth is messy. In my scripts, it's what breaks characters wide open." Our gazes locked, and for a heartbeat, the world narrowed to just us. Arabella interrupted with a ghost story, snapping the tension, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something had shifted. The next day brought adventure. Hiking trails that wound through ancient woods, where sunlight filtered through leaves like stained glass. Arabella and I raced ahead, laughing as we splashed in a stream, while Jordan hung back with her parents, snapping photos on her old Nikon. At lunch on a rocky overlook, with views of endless green valleys, Jordan sat beside me. "You seem at home out here," she said softly. "Most city girls freak at the bugs." I chuckled. "Grew up with nothing but concrete. This is like therapy." She nodded, her knee brushing mine accidentally. Or was it? "Therapy's overrated. Nature strips away the bullshit." Her words hung heavy, laced with unspoken pain. I wanted to ask more, but Arabella called us for a group photo, and the moment passed. As evening fell, we built another fire, and the conversation turned personal. Lisa asked Jordan about her life in LA. "Any special someone?" she probed gently. Jordan's face tightened. "Nah, Mom. Work's my boyfriend." Arabella rolled her eyes. Liar. What about that actress you dated last year? Jordan shot her a look. Ancient history. The air grew thick and I felt like an intruder. Later in our tent, as rain began to patter, Jordan unzipped her sleeping bag. Sorry if family's prying. They mean well. I lay there staring at the canvas ceiling. It's fine. Mine's complicated. She turned toward me. Tell me. And I did, about my mom's addiction, my dad's abandonment, how writing was my escape. Her listening was intense, like she was memorizing every word. You're stronger than you think, Riley. Her hand found mine in the dark. A simple comfort that ignited sparks I didn't understand. The storm hit hard that night. Thunder rumbling like distant artillery. I woke in a panic. Flashbacks to Chicago tornado warnings flooding my mind. Jordan was there, her presence steady. Breathe, she whispered, pulling me close. Her arms around me felt like safety, but also something forbidden warmth that stirred confusion in my core. As the rain eased, we talked until dawn, sharing dreams and fears. She confessed her Hollywood struggles. The rejections, the loneliness, the ex who cheated with her co-writer. Betrayal cuts deep, she said, voice cracking. I squeezed her hand. You deserve better. In that vulnerability, a bond formed, fragile and electric. By morning, the sun broke through, drying the earth. But inside me, doubts swirled. Why did her touch linger in my thoughts? Arabella noticed my distraction during breakfast. You okay? Look like you saw a bear. I forced a smile. Just the storm. Jordan avoided my eyes, busying herself with coffee. The day unfolded with canoeing on the lake, where laughter echoed off the water. Yet tension simmered. When Arabella and her parents napped in the afternoon, Jordan and I wandered a side trail. Last night was intense, she admitted, stopping by a fallen log. Yeah, I replied, heart pounding. She stepped closer. Riley, but a rustle in the bushes startled us. Dear, nothing more. We laughed it off, but the unspoken words hung like mist. That evening, as stars blanketed the sky, Dave started a sing-along with his guitar. Jordan's voice joined in, haunting and beautiful on an old folk tune. I watched her, mesmerized, until Arabella nudged me. Earth to Riley. Guilt twisted in my gut. Was this attraction? To my best friend's sister? Impossible. Yet, when Jordan caught my stare, her smile was knowing, pulling me deeper into the unknown. The third day dawned with promise, but cracks were forming beneath the surface. We decided on a longer hike to a hidden waterfall, packing lunches and water bottles. Arabella led the way, chattering about her summer internship at a Brooklyn magazine. Riley, you should apply too, we'd kill it together. I nodded absently, my mind replaying the tense intimacy. Jordan walked behind with me, our steps syncing effortlessly. Sleep okay after the storm? She asked, her tone casual but eyes searching. Yeah, thanks to you. A blush crept up her neck. Anytime. The trail grew steeper, mirroring the incline of my emotions. At a viewpoint, Lisa snapped photos, exclaiming over the vista. This is what life's about. Family, nature, making memories. Jordan scoffed lightly. Memories can be double-edged, Mom. There was an edge to her voice, hinting at old wounds. Later, as we rested by the falls, mist cooling our skin, Jordan pulled me aside. Arabella doesn't know everything about me, she confessed, water roaring in the background. Like what? I pressed. She hesitated. I dated women before. In college. It didn't end well. Family drama, you know? My breath caught. Was this a hint? That must have been hard. She met my gaze. Still is. Hiding parts of yourself. It's exhausting. Back at camp, the revelation buzzed in my head like bees. During dinner, grilled burgers and corn. Arabella announced a game of truth or dare. To spice things up, Dave groaned good-naturedly, but we circled the fire. It started light. Lisa dared Dave to do a silly dance. Arabella truthed me about my worst date, a guy who talked only about his crypto investments. Then it was Jordan's turn. Arabella grinned mischievously. Truth. Who's the last person you kissed? Jordan's face paled. Pass. Arabella pushed. Come on, sis. Tension crackled. It was Riley, Jordan blurted, then laughed it off as a joke. But her eyes flicked to me and my cheeks burned. The group chuckled, moving on, but Arabella's brow furrowed. Weird joke, Jor. That night in the tent, silence stretched taut. Sorry about that, Jordan whispered. I panicked. I turned to face her. Why me? She sighed. Because you're the one on my mind. My heart hammered. Jordan, she leaned in, our foreheads touching. I feel it too, Riley. This pull. It wasn't a kiss, just a moment of raw honesty, but it shattered my defenses. Tears welled. But Arabella, your family. She nodded. I know. Complicated. The next morning, conflict brewed. Arabella cornered me while packing for a swim. What's up with you and Jordan? You're acting weird. I denied it. Nothing. Just bonding. But doubt seeded in her eyes. We swam in the lake, sun warming the water, but undercurrents pulled. Jordan and I stole glances, fingers brushing underwater. It felt thrilling, dangerous. Afternoon brought a group fishing trip, where Dave taught me to cast. Jordan watched from the shore, sketching in her notebook. When I caught a small trout, her cheer was genuine, warming me inside out. As dusk fell, a bigger storm loomed. Not weather, but emotional. Around the fire, Lisa brought out wine, toasting to family bonds. Jordan raised her glass, but her smile was forced. Arabella, tipsy, prodded again. So Jor, spill about LA. Any girlfriends? Jordan tensed. Why assume girlfriends? Arabella shrugged. You never talk about guys. Figured. The air froze. Arabella, I interjected softly, but Jordan stood. Yeah, I'm gay. Happy now. She stormed off into the woods. Lisa gasped. Dave looked stunned. Arabella's face crumpled. I didn't mean. I followed Jordan, finding her by the lake, skipping stones. Hey, I said gently. She turned, tears glistening. They don't know me, Riley. Not really. I hugged her, her body trembling. They love you. Give them time. She pulled back, eyes fierce. And you? Do you? My confession tumbled out. I think I'm falling for you. Her lips met mine softly, briefly. A spark in the darkness. But guilt crashed in. This was betrayal to Arabella. We returned to camp, Jordan apologizing stiffly. The family hugged it out, but fractures showed. Arabella avoided me the rest of the night, whispering to her mom. In the tent, Jordan and I lay apart, the space between us a chasm. We can't, I whispered. Not like this. She agreed, voice breaking. Sleep evaded me, thoughts tangled in what-ifs. Day 5, the facade held but barely. We hiked lightly, conversation strained. Arabella pulled me aside at lunch. Riley, be honest. Is there something with Jordan? Panic rose. No. We're just friends. Lie. Her eyes narrowed. You're my best friend. Don't lie to me. Hurt flashed across her face and she walked away. Jordan noticed, approaching later. She suspects. I nodded. This is messing everything up. Her hand grazed my arm. But it's real, Riley. Isn't it worth it? Evening brought a bonfire farewell as we'd leave tomorrow. Stories flowed but undercurrents surged. When Arabella retired early, claiming a headache, Jordan and I sat by the embers. I came out to them because of you, she admitted. You make me brave. Warmth bloomed but fear nipped. What if it ruins things? She kissed my forehead. We'll figure it out. But fate intervened. In the night, I heard whispers. Arabella confronting Jordan outside the tent. How could you? Riley's straight and she's my friend. Jordan's voice rose. It's not like that. We connected. Arabella's accusation cut deep. You're using her to rebel or something. This is betrayal. I emerged, heart shattering. Arabella, wait. But she turned on me. You lied. Both of you. Tears streamed as she stormed to her parents' tent. The fallout was immediate and brutal. Morning light filtered through the trees, but the camp felt shrouded in shadow. Arabella barely spoke, packing her gear with furious efficiency. Her parents, sensing the rift, tried mediation over breakfast. Girls, whatever this is, talk it out, Dave urged. Lisa added, we're family. We support each other. Jordan sat stone-faced while I picked at my eggs, guilt churning my stomach. Arabella finally exploded. Support? Like how you supported Jordan when she came out last night. Or how you're okay with her hitting on my best friend. Gasps echoed. Jordan stood. It's not hitting on. It's mutual. Arabella's eyes widened at me. Riley? Is that true? I nodded, voice small. I'm sorry. Just happened. The drive home was torture. 6 hours of silence punctuated by radio static. Arabella sat shotgun, staring out the window. Jordan and I in the back, our hands inches apart but untouching. Lisa tried small talk about the scenery, but it fell flat. Back in the city, Arabella dropped me at the dorm without a word. Text me when you're ready, I said, but she drove off. Jordan lingered. Call me, I whispered. She nodded, eyes pleading. This isn't over. Days blurred into a haze. Arabella ignored my texts, our friendship fracturing like glass. I buried myself in classes, but Jordan's messages kept me afloat. Miss you already. We met secretly in Central Park, under blooming cherry trees. Arabella will come around, Jordan assured, her hand in mine. But doubt not. What if she doesn't? She's like family to me. Jordan's kiss was gentle. Then we build our own. The conflict escalated when Arabella confronted me in our dorm lounge. How long? She demanded, eyes red-rimmed. Since the trip. Betrayal etched her face. You knew I had a crush on you freshman year. Was this revenge? Shock hit. What? No. I didn't know. She laughed bitterly. Of course not. You're oblivious. Tears fell. Jordan always takes what she wants. She's the golden child. I reached for her. Arabella, please. But she pulled away. Choose. Her or our friendship. Torn, I sought solace in Jordan. We walked Brooklyn Bridge at sunset. City lights twinkling like stars. Arabella's hurting, I said. From what? Jordan confessed deeper. We had a rough childhood. Dad's job losses, Mom's depression. I left for Ella to escape, but Arabella resents me for it. Understanding dawned. She feels abandoned. Jordan nodded. And now this. Our embrace was desperate, but resolve hardened. I won't give you up, I vowed. High drama peaked at a family dinner Jordan invited me to, hoping for reconciliation. In their cozy Jersey home, tension simmered like stew on the stove. Arabella arrived late, glaring. Over lasagna, small talk crumbled. So Riley and I are together, Jordan announced. Silence. Arabella slammed her fork. Great. Steal my friend too. Lisa intervened. Arabella, honey, love isn't theft. Dave added. We're happy for them. But Arabella stormed out, yelling. You always side with her. I chased her to the porch. Arabella, I love you as a friend. But Jordan. She's my heart. Sobs racked her. I was jealous. Not just of her but of you too. I want that happiness. We hugged, tears mingling. Forgive me. She nodded. Eventually. Healing began slowly. Jordan and I navigated our new relationship. Coffee dates in Greenwich Village, movie nights in her sublet. Emotions ran deep, fights over distance when she returned to LA. Makeups filled with passion. But no betrayal lingered, instead growth. Arabella thawed, joining us for brunches, her own dates emerging. Yet a final twist loomed. Jordan got a big script deal requiring a move back east. New York. I asked, thrilled. But she hesitated. It means facing family fully. At a park picnic with Arabella there, Jordan proposed a fresh start. Let's all camp again, redo the memories. Skepticism met enthusiasm, but we agreed. The return to Adirondacks was redemptive. Same site but different vibe. Laughter genuine, stories shared without filters. Around the fire, Arabella toasted. To new beginnings. Jordan and I held hands openly. Her kiss under stars sealing our bond. No more questions, only certainty. But life isn't tidy. Back home, Jordan's ex from LA resurfaced, emailing about a shared project. Just work, she assured. Doubt flickered, but trust won. We built a life. I graduated, landed a job at a news outlet. She sold her script. Arabella became our biggest cheerleader, her own romance blooming with a classmate. In quiet moments, I reflected on that first storm, the one that awakened me. Questioning everything led to embracing my truth. Love, in all its messy glory, was worth the drama. As months turned to a year, our relationship deepened amid New York's rhythm. Jordan moved into my tiny apartment, her scripts scattered among my notebooks. Mornings were coffee and kisses, evenings debates over plot twists in her work or ethics in mine. But shadows of past conflicts lingered. Arabella, now fully reconciled, often joined us, her laughter a bridge. Yet, one evening over pizza in our living room she dropped a bomb. I'm moving to Chicago for grad school. My heart sank. Echoes of abandonment. But we'll visit, Jordan said, squeezing my hand. Arabella nodded. Promise. You two inspired me to chase dreams. The goodbye was bittersweet, at JFK with hugs and tears. Don't forget me, I joked. Arabella smirked. As if. You're family now. Watching her plane ascend, I leaned on Jordan. Change is hard. She kissed my temple. But we're solid. Drama resurfaced when Jordan's script went into production. Late night stress lines etched her face. The director's an ass, she vented one midnight. I rubbed her shoulders. You got this. But insecurity crept in, Hollywood's allure beautiful co-stars. One fight erupted after she canceled dinner for a meeting. Is there someone else? I accused, voice trembling. Her eyes flashed. How can you ask that? After everything. Tears flowed. I'm scared of losing you. We reconciled in bed, whispers of forever mending the rift. A turning point came at a premiere party in LA. We flew out together. Glitz overwhelmed, but Jordan's arm around me grounded. Her ex approached, sleek and smiling. Jordan, darling, congrats. Tension spiked. Thanks, Mia. I felt sidelined, but Jordan introduced me proudly. My girlfriend, Riley. Mia's eyes narrowed, but she backed off. Later, Jordan confessed. She cheated because I wasn't committed. But with you I am. Relief washed over me. Back east, we volunteered at an LGBT center in the village, giving back. Counseling youth mirrored our journeys: confusion, acceptance, love. One teen story of family rejection hit home. You're not alone, I told her. Jordan added, love wins eventually. It fueled our bond, adding purpose. Conflict peaked again when Jordan's parents visited. Over brunch at a diner, Dave asked about marriage. Any plans? Jordan laughed. Dad, we're taking it slow. But Lisa probed deeper. After the camping drama. Are you happy? Jordan's hand found mine under the table. Happier than ever. Arabella called later from Chicago. Heard the visit went well. Proud of you both. Our anniversary. A weekend in the Catskills, echoing that first trip. No family, just us hiking, stargazing. By a fire, Jordan knelt. Riley, you question everything for me. Will you marry me? A simple ring sparkled. Tears joyfully. Yes. Planning was whirlwind, venue in upstate, Arabella as maid of honor. But doubts nipped. Was I ready? Jordan sensed. Cold feet. Over wine I admitted fears. What if life betrays us? She held me. Then we fight together. The wedding day. Under autumn leaves, vows exchanged. You awakened my heart, I said. Jordan echoed. And mended mine. Arabella's toast. From betrayal to this, love's resilient. Cheers rang, a human triumph. Life post-wedding, Jordan's career soared, mine too. A book deal on queer stories. We adopted a dog, dreamed of kids. Betrayals faded to lessons, romance enduring. In quiet nights I traced her face. That camping trip. She smiled. Best decision ever. Years unfolded like chapters in a well-loved book. Our home in Brooklyn buzzed with life, friends, family gatherings, the patter of our rescue dog's paws. Jordan's second script hit big, earning awards, while my journalism evolved into advocacy, penning pieces on LGBT rights. Arabella visited often from Chicago, her own life flourishing with a partner and a teaching job. You two set the bar, she'd say, clinking glasses. But life tests bonds. When Jordan's mom fell ill, a stroke, we rushed to Jersey. Hospital vigils, holding hands in sterile halls. She's tough, Dave said, voice cracking. Jordan crumbled in my arms nightly. What if? I soothed. She's fighter like you. Recovery was slow, but it drew the family closer. Arabella flew in, the four of us supporting Dave. In those moments, old wounds healed fully. No more shadows of betrayal. A deeper challenge came with fertility struggles. We wanted a child, but treatments drained emotionally. Fights flared. Why isn't it working? Jordan snapped once. I retreated, hurt. But therapy helped, unpacking fears. We're enough, she realized. Adoption followed. A baby girl, Mia, ironic nod to the past. Cradling her joy overwhelmed. Our family, Jordan whispered. Drama lingered in subtler forms. Jordan's fame brought paparazzi rumors of affairs. One tabloid claimed an on-set fling. Lies, she fumed, showing emails. Trust wavered briefly, but communication prevailed. I choose you always. Humanity shone in community work. We mentored at the center, sharing our story. One couple facing family rejection mirrored us. It gets better, I assured. Jordan added, love's the anchor. As Mia grew, camping became tradition. Adirondacks revisited. This is where Mommy and Mama fell in love, we'd tell her around the fire. Arabella joined with her family, laughter echoing. In twilight years, wait, not yet, but envisioning we'd reflect. That first trip, the storm, the questions. It led to a life rich in emotion, romance, humanity. The end wasn't tragic but affirming. Love, questioned and earned, endures.